Hello and welcome. I'm Pink Girl Teaches, and on this channel, I talk about narcissistic abuse and narcissistic abuse awareness and recovery. So, thank you so much for joining me. If it's your first time joining, welcome and thank you so much for pressing play. And for those of you who are coming back, it's great to see you. It's great to be with you. And thank you for trusting me with parts of your life, parts of your journey towards healing and recovery. So today I'm actually going to be answering a question that somebody asked within the comments a few days ago. And it was CC who was asking about the narcissist and karma. Like, do they experience karma for what it is that they do to us and to their victims in general? And here's the thing, it's so easy for us. And I think for many survivors of this type of abuse, we do ask ourselves, like, man, do they ever get punished for what they do? Are they ever held accountable for the pain that they inflict? Because let's face it, they string you along into a relationship and you're just in a whirlwind of confusion, manufactured drama, and an illusion. And it's hard. I've said it before, it's so difficult to just wrap around your mind that everything that you experienced, everything that you went through at the hands of a narcissist is a lie. The relationship, all of it is a lie, those tender moments. And so it hurts, and we want to know, we want to know. So it's perfectly normal. And I think, nearly every, if not all, victims of this type of abuse do ask that question. So, but one thing that I do want to say is that it's Isaac Newton, I believe, who says that for every action, there's a reaction. And the Bible also tells us that you shall reap what you sow. What goes around comes around. So if you want to call it the law of physics, you want to call it karma, or you want to just look at it for what God said it was, or for whatever religion, whatever faith that you ascribe to, it's all cause and effect. You can't go around and treat people in such a painful, hurtful manner. And you're not, sometimes they're not just affecting us, the adults that they're in a relationship with, but they drag in people's children, even their own children. You can't hurt innocent people like that. You can't, listen, they don't get away with it. And so that's kind of what I want to talk to you about today. But one thing we have to understand with a narcissist is that they live in an altered state of reality, And even though you may ask yourself, what did I do to deserve this? Or, you may ask the narcissist, should I say, what did I do to you to deserve this type of treatment? And you mentioned that, you're going to get your karma, or, because there's a saying, karma never forgets an address. The narc will start to, even though they may not act like it, they will reflect on what they've done, because they know what they've done. They know what they're doing is wrong, because they're always scheming and plotting. And that's just part of their DNA. That's part of their makeup. Narcissism forms in childhood, and it's something that they've perfected that craft. They've perfected the craft of manipulation, of deception, of, just being evil. I mean, of all things that you could perfect, that's what they chose to perfect. And it is a choice, because every day they make that choice to continue to exist like that. Instead of saying, I'm gonna try and get help, I'm gonna seek help. When they say that they're going to therapy or counseling, seeing a psychiatrist or whatever, it's usually just to keep their current source of supply from moving on. It's to just buy time in that situation. But they know that they've hurt their victims, and they don't want to think about it, because it makes them just look at themselves and go back to that place where they know, where they feel worthless, because that's how they feel at their very core. They know that there's something up with them. They know that they are these evil beings, and because they feel so empty on the inside, because they lack that inability to self-reflect so that they can get better, they project that. And so even when you see the narcissist getting on with their life and they're just living it up with the next supply, and they're on social media posting a million pictures, booed up, proposing, having babies, getting married, doing, amazing things that they promised that they would do with you, but now they doing it with somebody else. you've got to understand that that is just projection. That is just everything about their lives is projected. It's designed to make you feel a certain way, and not just you, but the prior supplies that people from that narcissistic harem. It's orchestrated to give the perception of a great life. It's not a great life. Can you imagine? Like, really picture this: not being able to experience love. That's the narcissist karma at the end of the day, because love is one of the most beautiful things about life. And I'm not just talking about that love that we share with our intimate partners, but like just being able to appreciate life for what it is, to appreciate the beauty of your family, of your friends, of relationships, all kinds of relationships, to not be able to experience that. Like, that's their karma right there. They can't express, they don't get to experience love. I mean, what is it when when you live in a world without love? And that also shows you that, their relationships they're not based in anything solid, and they're not going to last because of how they are. So you have to separate yourself from that thinking, and I think that will, when we keep looking to, like trying to figure out about karma, will it catch them? Because yeah, karma is going to catch them. The Bible tells us that vengeance belongs to God. He will figure that out. Sometimes you get a front row seat, but don't gloat at it, because that's the energy that you're putting out into the universe. You have better things to do with yourself and with your time. Work on yourself, work on your boundaries, work on creating, healthy relationships with other people. Go back to school, work out. I mean, there's so many things that we could be doing than waste our time thinking about these walking leeches, these succubus spirits, these demons. There's so much more, so much better out there for us. And you got to remember, again, it's just an attempt to project a life that they're really not even living. They're not happy. And I think once we're able to separate ourselves from that trauma bond, we kind of let go on trying to figure out what's happening with the narcissist. And I think, that should be one of our primary focuses. It's hard because I was there for a long time. Like, I want to see that you get what you deserve. And what I realized that it was doing to me, it was holding me in a place of hate. And that was, it had me in an angry state for a while. And I was like, hold up, but this isn't even me. And I don't like who I'm becoming, because it changes the way you filter life, and, you filter your relationships. And then I would put up walls, and I'm never going to trust another man. No, I'm going to trust another man, but I'm going to trust me to trust the right man, if that makes any sense to you. And so, what good is life if you can't experience true love? What good is life if you can't experience true love? What good is life when you can't give true love? Like, I believe it's a miserable existence. And it's unfortunate because people get caught up as collateral damage in the narcissist's life. And I think for some of us, in fact all of us, I want to believe that we are in some way, shape, or form, the narcissist karma. What do I mean? What do you mean, Joy? Real simple. Like, I'll use me again as an example. When I met the narcissist, I didn't understand why somebody from his close circle kept, she kept on just throwing subliminals. It didn't hit me because I didn't understand. You have to be kind of direct with me because I arrive at things slowly. But she kept on saying, you don't want to be caught up in this karma, and she wouldn't explain. But sometimes we are the karma from their last relationships or whatever they've been doing, because they scheme, they lie, they plot, they do all these things consistently. So imagine having to live your life looking over your back, looking over your shoulder, because you always are doing something to somebody. And the way that you feel that you're validated is by stepping on somebody else. Like, imagine trying to figure out how you can get the next bit of adoration, admiration, affection, and attention from somebody else. They need that. That is their oxygen. Hello, we can give those things to ourselves. We don't need a third party to come and make us feel valid. We don't need to have somebody's attention so that we can see ourselves. And if we do need those things, we do have the ability to say, hey, let me step back and figure out what's going on with me, because I see that there's a problem. I see that I have a pattern and I want to change that. And we can. They can't. And so they continue to live in a cycle of confusion, of darkness, of anger, of regret, of bitterness, of emptiness, of loneliness, of weakness, lies. And you know, the worst lie to tell is to yourself. Like, you can lie to people all day, but when you lie to yourself and you try to change your perception based on lies, like, come on, where are you going in life? Absolutely nowhere. You know, we've got to be able to grasp our reality. But those are just my thoughts on what karma can look up and how it can show up in the narcissist's life. Why don't you tell me in the comments what you think? Because I think that's, you know, it's great to share what knowledge we have or what our experiences are, because we all learn, you know, and people do read your comments and inspire, are inspired and uplifted. So that's just what I wanted to say. Let me know what you think. I'm looking forward to chatting with you. Until the next video, take care.